Hello and welcome to the Famous Computer Cafe. This is Andy Velkoff, and for the next 30 minutes, we're going to be talking about the world of personal computing. Our special guest today is Fred Gladney, who's made a business out of helping other small businesses select and choose computer systems to help them be more successful. Even if you're not into business, I think you'll find it fascinating to learn about a whole new world which is opening up to entrepreneurs everywhere. That's the world of personal computing and the world of technology. Of course, we also have our Famous Computer Cafe giveaway where we're giving away a Commodore computer, so you want to be sure and stay tuned for that. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Michael will be back with our guest after this commercial break.
Word gets around fast.
Word from Microsoft is quickly becoming the word processing program of choice because Word is faster and easier. Most commands are executed in a single keystroke. And with Microsoft's mouse, not even a keystroke is needed. Just point and click.
Would you like to reword that?
Sure. If you've ever had to search through a 50-page document to change one word, you can appreciate Word's ability to search out and replace any character, number, word, or phrase in any document, just once or as many times as you like.
Windows on the Word.
Word gives you 8 windows that allows you to edit or compare different documents simultaneously, or work on different areas of the same document, all in one display.
Get the Word.
Word is available at Software Supermarket, 16200 Hawthorne Boulevard, or call 213-207-1494. That's 213-207-1494.
Get the Word.
At Software Supermarket, a soft sell dealer.
As our way of thanking all our new listeners here at the Famous Computer Cafe, we're giving away a free Commodore 64 computer and a dinner for two at one of the loveliest restaurants in all of Los Angeles, just in time for the holidays.
And all you need to do is send us a card with your name, address, phone number, and the name and the type of personal computer you currently own or would like to own. Send all this information to the Famous Computer Cafe giveaway. 1322 2nd Street, Suite 24, Santa Monica, California, 90401. That's the Famous Computer Cafe giveaway, 1322 2nd Street, Suite 24, Santa Monica, California, 90401.
We'll be putting all the cards in a hat and drawing 2 winners, which we'll announce on the air on December 17th. First prize, a brand new Commodore 64 computer. Second prize will be dinner for 2 at one of LA's favorite restaurants. So send your entries today to the Famous Computer Cafe giveaway, 1322 2nd Street, Suite 24, Santa Monica, California, 90401.
Enter today. Bank Street Writer by Broderbund is the one-word processing program that is unpretentious enough to be used at home by both children and adults, yet is sophisticated enough to meet most small business needs, too. Bank Street Writer is packed with powerful features that have made it the most popular home word processing program in the world. There are no complex codes to memorize. Directions are at the top of the screen every step of the way. Bank Street Writer gives you sophisticated features like automatic word wrap, universal search and replace, automatic centering, and easy storage and retrieval of anything you write, complete with password protection. Bank Street Writer also comes complete with a special tutorial on the back of the disk that teaches the basics of word processing. A comprehensive reference manual and free backup disk are also included. Want to try your hand at Bank Street Writer? Then follow your feet down to Strictly Software at 14617 Prairie Avenue in Lawndale. Or you can call 213-970-1242. Strictly Software, a soft sell dealer.
Well, welcome. This is Michael Walker. We're here at Online America. And we have a very interesting guest today. His name is Fred Gladney, president of C.W. Gladney. And I'm going to make sure that before we finish this, you're going to tell us what the C.W. stands for. But I'll tell you, I want to first welcome you here to the Famous Computer Cafe, and it's good to have you here. And what is it that C.W. Gladney is all about?
Well, Michael, first of all, thank you for allowing me to be here. C.W. Gladney and Associates is a management consulting firm. We assist small businesses in the implementation and selection of small business computers and office automation. That's essentially what we're about, assisting them with the decisions to install and then helping them to actually make the transition to office automation.
I'm one of those kind of guys who, I'm just starting to learn a lot about this. And I think I kind of share the feelings of many of the smaller businessmen around. We see more and more of our competitors getting involved in personal computers or getting computers for their small businesses. And some of us are still kind of waiting. I mean, should we wait for the prices to come down? Should we figure out that we're going to have to develop more inside information before we go out and make the purchase? I suppose that what you do is kind of help us overcome those fears.
Yes, that's exactly right. Your question with regard to having to have a system in order to remain competitive is right on. People are still, however, intimidated by the fact of computerization becoming a way of life. So we help them to get over those fears.
A little bit later on, we're going to get into some of the things that you do, but how'd you get into this whole thing? I mean, I don't want you to give me your whole life story, but in brief, I mean, what's your background that puts you in a position to be such a, highly sought consultant that you are?
Well, I've been in the business for about 14 years or so. Had an interest in computers in the late 60s in school, and worked for a few large computer manufacturers in marketing and in management, and most recently coordinated the marketing efforts for a large mainframe manufacturer who also markets personal computers, and determined that I wanted to be where the action was, as it were, and assist small businessmen with the proliferation of microcomputers that is anticipated in this decade. I wanted to be in a position to help the smaller businessman. The larger corporations, of course, and the public sector have been able to take advantage of microcomputers for a number of years, or not microcomputers, but mainframe, large computers for a number of years now. Now that the small businessman can take advantage of microcomputers, I wanted to be there to assist them.
So then you form the business. Basically, if someone was to come and talk to you, how would they even approach you? How would they know that what you do or what you have of value is something that they can use?
Well, first of all, Online America is one way that people find out about the availability of not only myself but of other consultants as well that are available to assist the small businessman. But we also advertise and have mail pieces that we send out. Most of the business that consultants are involved in is referral business. We will install a small business, a retailer, a physician, and that physician or retailer will tell another physician or retailer that a system was successfully installed, and by gosh, it's not the problem that we had anticipated, and that new individual now who is interested in computerizing will give us a call and we'll help that person. So a lot of the business comes from referrals, and that's how many people find out about consultants.
When we come back, I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that a small businessman might want to ask you, or that he should consider, instead of asking his neighbor, because probably his neighbor's computer system is going to, for the needs, are a lot different than his, and he needs to, I don't know about you guys, but I feel that I'd rather have someone custom tailor something for my needs instead of giving me the general system. So we'll talk a little bit about that when we come back. Stay tuned, guys. You're listening to Online America here at the famous Computer Cafe with our guest, Fred Gladney.
One by one, or played in combination, you throw out your gold teeth. Do you see how they roll?
If Lotus had given you just one,
A spreadsheet that's up to 50 times faster than other spreadsheets, with every statistical and financial formula you'll ever need, and the largest workspace on the market.
that would have been enough. And if Lotus had given you just 2...
2. Information management. To store and organize information with the ability to cross-index over 2,000 records by 32 criteria, and use information from other programs and computer systems.
That would have been enough. And if Lotus had given you just 3...
3. Graphics. To graph information from your spreadsheet in less than 2 seconds, and change that information, touch a key, and graph the new results instantly. Graphics as a thinking tool.
That would have been enough.
But Lotus has given you more. Text editing, tutorials, a help key, and a host of features which give Lotus 123 its power and simplicity.
Lotus 123 is available at the Software Spot, 10977 Santa Monica Boulevard in West Los Angeles, or phone 213-477-7561. That's 213-477-7561.
The Software Spot, the oldest independently owned and operated software store in Los Angeles. A soft sell dealer.
Whether today is your first day at the famous Computer Cafe, or you're a real regular who hangs out every night at the Space Bar here, you can't help but see that this joint is jumping. And if it looks busy to our customers, you can imagine what's going on behind the scenes. Absolute craziness. So we're looking for some help. Before the end of the year, we're planning on hiring people to assist us in running the famous Computer Cafe. We're looking for part-time, full-time, and freelance people who are bright and energetic. You must have a passionate interest in personal computers, but you don't have to be a technical wizard. You must be able to write, review products, or sell advertising, or any combination of the above. And you must contact us in some way. So get out your pen and I'll tell you how. First of all, you can call or write. If you're interested in a sales position, call me, Ellen, at 213-394-7242. That's 394-7242. If you're interested in writing or reviewing products, then please write to me, Ellen, at the famous Computer Cafe, 1322 2nd Street, Suite 24, Santa Monica, California, 90401. That's 1322 2nd Street, Suite 24, Santa Monica, California, 90401. Make sure to include a writing sample and a resume. The cafe is a great place to eat and an even better place to work, so call or write today.
We're back here at the famous Computer Cafe. Our guest has been Fred Gladney. As a consultant, Fred, I would think that there are some key applications. And to talk about what should a small business have in terms of the type of hardware configuration might be a little limiting. Let's talk about some of the key applications that you see for small businesses, and then we can kind of go from that and look at some of the questions a small business person should really ask.
Okay. For instance, if we talk about certain businesses, specific businesses have specific requirements. And there may be 20 things, for instance, that a contractor might like to have a computer do. It might be feasible, however, to do only 2 or 3 of those things at the outset in order to ensure that, in fact, those applications are cost justifying his system and bringing him a return. So one of the things that he might want to look at the outset might be job costing or payroll, things that are going to save him a lot of time, things that are going to make him more productive. A physician, for instance, to expedite the return on his investment might look at third-party billing applications or word processing applications for patient recall or for referral letters or appointment scheduling. A manufacturer is more concerned with inventory control and material requirements planning, perhaps if he's large enough, shop floor control. A retailer is interested in accounting systems, point-of-sale systems, inventory control systems. So I think that oftentimes, if it isn't understood which applications can bring the greatest return, the business person might end up spending more time trying to install applications that in fact are not going to bring a reasonable return in a reasonable period of time.
So what are some of the questions that, say, a small business person should ask of that retail salesperson or of the consultant or somebody who can help them get a system?
One of the things that we do in our consulting practice is to assist the client with sizing the system before we get into the software considerations and then later on in the hardware considerations. How many customers, for instance, does the business have? How many suppliers? How many inventory items in the case of a manufacturer? How many general ledger accounts? How many documents do they need to keep on file that they might need to refer to periodically? How many accounts receivable statements per month, for instance? How many checks do they write per month in an accounts payable environment? How many orders do they receive per day? These are the kinds of things that assist the client in sizing a system and in determining what functional requirements are going to, again, I keep coming back to providing the appropriate payoff and the fastest payoff. A lot of questions have to be answered, and we can assist the client to get the answers to those questions so they don't end up with an ill-configured system. It takes time to really cross the T's and dot the I's to ensure a successful implementation.
The different kind of software that you see available out there for the small businessman, can you comment a little bit on that?
Oh, there's a veritable plethora of application software available to the small businessman. We have online access, for instance, to a compendium of over 30,000 application packages. So the industry is replete with packages. The question is, which packages are going to best meet my need? There are horizontal packages like spreadsheet packages, word processing packages that meet a variety of needs in a variety of different industries, and then there are specific packages specific to what we call vertical markets. The medical profession, the legal profession, the manufacturer, the small retailer. So it really, it's not an easy answer to really say what application packages are available until you understand the need, which is, again, the first step is really quantifying the need with the client. What are the perceived needs and what are the real needs? And then we start the software search.
You know, I think a lot of people, when they do start the software search, that's when we start feeling frustrated because, you know, we keep hearing about, well, it depends on what you want to do, and of course there's lots of different kind, and of course, you know, don't give me all that. Just tell me the specific, give me 3 options, okay? Well, when we get back, we'll talk about a couple of options for us, you know, on a spreadsheet, word processing basis, and maybe even a database, because that's the part that makes it a lot more simplistic to understand what you can do in implementing a computerized system. We'll be right back. This is Michael Walker at the Famous Computer Cafe. Stay tuned.
Start with the world's best-selling database system. Give it enhanced features to make it faster, more powerful, and easier to use, and you have the makings of a software heavyweight. DBase 3, Ashton Tate's hot new package for your 16-bit PC. With DBase 3, you can create records with up to 128 fields, access 10 files at once, and run other programs like communications or word processing without leaving DBase 3. You can read non-DBase files from other software programs or mainframe databases. And you can easily convert your DBase 2 files and programs to DBase 3. If you get stuck, help is at your fingertips with multiple help screens. And where do you go to see this powerful new program? Go see David and Betty Sun at Sun Computers in the city of Carson. They'll tell you what you need to know about DBase 3 and more. Sun Computers is located at 20925 South Bonita in Carson. Or call 213-538-8338. That's 213-538-8338. Sun Computers in Carson, a soft cell dealer.
Today I'd like to discuss Multiplan by Microsoft.
What's a multiplan?
It's a spreadsheet program for your IBM PC or your Macintosh.
Well, what do you do with a multiplan?
Use it to make forecasts.
Oh, you mean like what the weather will be?
No, more like whether or not.
Oh, can I join Multiplan?
No, you don't join it, silly. You use it. It's a tool designed with non-computer people in mind to help you manage your business and plan for the future.
A tool? Oh, you mean like a hammer?
Well, if you're looking for a way to hit the nail on the head, use Multiplan to build your worksheet. Enter the formulas you normally use to do budgets or cash flow analysis or financial planning, and then let Multiplan do the calculations while you sit back and watch.
Well, where can I see it?
At Software Center International, located at 22543 South Hawthorne Boulevard in Torrance, or call 213-378-9225. That's 213-378-9225. Software Center International, a soft cell dealer.
We're back. This is Michael Walker, your host of Online America. We're at the famous Computer Cafe with our guest and consultant, Fred Gladney. Before we leave, I said I wanted to find out what C.W. meant. What does C.W. Gladney mean? C.W. Gladney Incorporated, but what does the C.W. stand for?
C stands for Courtney. W stands for Wendy. They are two very important people in my life who helped me to get started in the consulting practice.
You mean they were like investors in the business or something?
Courtney is my 6-month-old daughter, and Wendy is my wife.
So it's a family affair. That sounds great.
Absolutely, absolutely. No question about it.
Okay, I just had to find that out. Listen, when a small business person is interested in looking at some basic applications, those predominantly are word processing, database, and spreadsheet. Can you give us a few brand names, if you will, of software that could be helpful to a small business person in the area of word processing, let's say?
Of course. And there's been an awful lot of talk about word processing and database programs and spreadsheet programs. They're what we call horizontal packages, generic packages that may be applicable in a number of different environments and a number of different industries. Word processing, for instance, there are hundreds of documents available that attempt to profile these different systems. And one of the most popular systems is a program called WordStar. Many people have said that WordStar is difficult to use. I happen to disagree with that. WordStar happens to be a very powerful and very flexible package, and if you don't need to use 100% of all of the functions in the package, which is one of the reasons people say it's complicated because it's so full of function, but if you only want to sit down and write letters with it, then it doesn't have to be that complicated. It doesn't have to be that sophisticated for your use. Another one is called Microsoft Word. There's another one that is a combination hardware and software implementation called NBI. NBI is a very famous word processing company. What they've done is they've created their very popular word processing application for the some of the IBM and IBM compatible machines, and they've placed that software in those machines. So it's a good full function word processor.
How about in the area of data processing? Just give us a few package names. Yeah, database.
Database packages, that's again another area of controversy when people say that one package is better than another. PC Magazine did a recent study on on database management packages, and one that came to the top of the heap was a package called Savvy PC. I have a copy of Savvy that I'm going to evaluate for myself, but it appears to be a good package. I've used the Smart packages from Innovative Software. They're a good quality package. Of course, there's DBase 3, the enhanced version of DBase 2, which is a little easier to use than its predecessor. There are any number of database management packages that are fairly good, again, depending on specifically what you want to do. There are lesser capable packages that are not full function database packages, but what we call file managers, and one of the more popular is PFS file, PFS report. That combination of software, good selling package and a good but limited function file manager.
How about in the area of spreadsheets?
In the area of spreadsheets, the granddaddy, Lotus 123, VisiCalc. Lotus, again, a very powerful spreadsheet package that is very, very capable. I recommend the Lotus package.
Now, of course, many of us could go out, take this information, put it together, and just do it without you. What type of, and just so to ensure that, what type of hardware configurated system would the average small business person look at? Just some of the basics.
Well, there is no average small business person, as our listening audience would, I'm sure, agree. But a small business, let's take a doctor's office, for instance. He's a small businessman. He's a single practitioner, one doctor office. Could get by with a PC XT with a full configuration complement at less than $5,000 a month or thereabout. Not a month, I'm sorry, at $5,000 retail cost, which on a lease basis would be around $250 a month.
So that would mean the monitor, the disk drive, a hard disk, and the keyboard.
And a printer.
And the printer. Now, of course, we could all take this information and go out there and do it, but then, we've got to learn all these things. That's why someone might want to get in touch with you and find out, can you help them? What's the average cost for someone's services like yours as a consultant to help a small business get up and running to a point where they can make some money from their computer system?
Mm-hmm. Well, consultants charge a number of varying rates. You'll find consultants available for as little as $30 an hour to upwards of $100 an hour. There's a very broad range of consulting services. Again, it's very important to check the consultant's references.
Okay, so let's say now that we've had an opportunity to hear from you, how can we get in touch with you? What are the numbers? And do you have 800 numbers? Because I know you guys are actually all over the country.
Yes, we are. But we have an 800 number for our California audience. It's 800-782-PC-PC. And our number for those outside California is area code 213-254-1461.
Super. Thanks a lot for coming out.
Tobacco they grow in Peking.
SuperCalc 3 by Sourcem is a spreadsheet that's extremely easy to use, swift, and powerful, and it's priced lower than most other leading spreadsheet programs. SuperCalc 3 has all the built-in functions expected in a high-quality spreadsheet, and a lot more. SuperCalc 3's features include an on-screen help function, spreadsheet consolidation and sorting capabilities, calendar and date calculations, simple data management, functions, and windowing. The integrated graphics capability is superbly presented, allowing plotting and printing of charts in up to 99 colors. SuperCalc 3 provides you with the ability to create pie charts, bar charts, line charts, and XY graphs. The graphics are integrated into the command structure, so once you learn SuperCalc 3, plotting and graphing the results of your calculations is as easy as pie. To get a taste of the simplicity and power of SuperCalc 3, walk into Simply Software, where they'd love to whip up a quick demonstration. Simply Software is located at 3001 Sepulveda Boulevard in Manhattan Beach, or call 213-546-2467. That's 213-546-2467. Simply Software, a soft sell dealer.
We'd like to thank everyone who helped make this show possible. Fred Gladney of C.W. Gladney and Associates, Rick Burnett, our engineer, Michael Welsh, the composer of our theme music. The Famous Computer Cafe is brought to you each weeknight at 7:30 p.m. here on KFOX 93.5 FM. The Famous Computer Cafe is a production of Soft TV Inc., executive producers Michael Walker, Ellen Walker, and Andrew Velkoff. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you here tomorrow at The Famous Computer Cafe. Take care, guys.